you've got to put the work in. You've got to kind of live the life, and then that's where you get your confidence from. That's where you draw the confidence from. So I know the fact that I've put so much hard work in, made the sacrifices, made the commitment. That's where my confidence comes from. So no, I'm very excited for it.
Brilliant. So what do you make of your opponent then, Callum Johnson? Obviously he's undefeated.
Yep.
He looks hungry. He's talking a good fight.
Yeah, I mean he's a good fighter. The fact he's been inactive for a little while doesn't really play to his advantage. And he's not my first undefeated fighter that I've come across.
Right.
I think he's either my fifth or my sixth undefeated fighter. So yeah, I've had a very good success rate against undefeated fighters, and I'm a stern test for anyone.
What do you think he does well, and what do you think he doesn't do too well? You know, not giving too much away from your game plan.
No, I mean my game plan is, I think it's pretty straightforward, and I think they're well aware that what I'm going to do. I'm going to go there and I'm going to knock him out. That's my game plan. I'm going to land hard shots. Right. What he does well is he's compact and he throws a lovely left hook. Throws a nice left hook to the body and head. But what he does wrong is when he throws those shots, he leaves himself open. So yeah, he's open to shots. His defence isn't the greatest, and I don't think his chin's the greatest. So the flaws that I see, I'm going to exploit, and I'm going to open them up.
Stylistically, how do you think you two will match up?
I think obviously I've got the reach advantage. So to get inside, he's going to have to kind of bob and move and use a lot of head movement and upper trunk movement. And it's a tiring game. So if his fitness is not the best, then he's only going to be able to keep that up for a few rounds, and he's going to have to take a couple of my shots on the way in. So yeah, as I say, he's got an uphill struggle.
There's been obviously some needle between you and yourself and Hosea Burton. Why hasn't that rematch happened yet? Because he's blaming you, you're blaming him. What's the real story from your end?
My story is I want to win this British outright, and I wanted to make history. So I wanted to do it against all undefeated fighters, and then once I beat him, he wasn't an undefeated fighter anymore. Right. So yeah, I mean, I've got no qualms with rematching him after this fight. But Callum Johnson is my mandatory challenger, so I had to fight him. Hosea Burton wasn't a mandatory challenger, so I would have had to have given him a voluntary.
Right.
When I wanted the voluntary against Hosea Burton, he didn't grant me that wish. I had to become a mandatory. So it's exactly the same for him. I'm not going to do him any favours, just like he didn't do me any favours.
Right. So can you see that fight ever happening in the near future? Yeah,
I think so. If the money's right and it has the publicity and the interest, then I don't see why not. There's no light heavyweight in Britain that beats me.
Right, and what's your opinion on Anthony Yarde? He's another guy who's been calling out lately as well.
Yeah, again, I don't know whether they're using my name for publicity, but I haven't really given too much thought, because he pulled out of his final eliminator against Hosea Burton, and that was his opportunity to then fight me. So the fact that he pulled out of that kind of tells you everything you need to know about that man.
Right. Do you rate him as a fighter though?
He hasn't done anything wrong, but you can't really look at the calibre of opposition. Doesn't really tell you too much about him. And the guy that was tagging him with right hands in his last fight wasn't a great fight, couldn't punch. They're not matching him with anyone that can remotely punch. So there's obviously some question marks possibly around his chin. But yeah, should he fight someone like me or Burton, I think he'll get found out.
What's your opinion on the fight that's coming up? Obviously, Adonis StevenFrson and Badou Jack. Obviously, you're going to be keeping an eye on that fight. What's your opinion on that fight? Yeah,
I think that's a very good fight. We're going to find out whether Adonis StevenFrson's age is going to finally catch up with him, because he's getting on a little bit now. And Badou Jack, I mean, he had a great win against Nathan Cleverly, but probably a Cleverly way past his best. So again, we don't know how good he is at light heavyweight, but we've got to lean towards him being certainly strong enough and capable enough. At the moment, my money would just lean to StevenFrson, because I think he carries that explosive power.
Right.
And I think if he catches Badou Jack, he'll finish him.
Right. And who's on your radar at the moment in terms of champions?
Callum Johnson's the only man on my radar.
Yeah.
He's the only light heavyweight in my mind. He's Commonwealth champion. He's undefeated, so he's got my respect. He's come from a decent gym. He was a good amateur. So yeah, you've got to give him all the respect he deserves, and that's what I've done. I've trained to the best of my ability. I've put the best camp of my life in, and I've had top quality sparring partners to replicate him. So I'm ready.
Okay, excellent. This is obviously the warm up for the big fight next weekend. A lot of people saying that Joshua's going to walk through Parker, but you know what? You can't really write off Parker. He's a good champion, isn't he? Coming for obviously take Joshua's titles. What's your prediction on that fight next weekend?
Without a doubt, I think Parker's a very good fighter. But Anthony Joshua, he's got that unquestionable power.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at someone like Deontay Wilder. See, that would be more of a 50-50 fight because there's such big punches. But someone like Parker, and again, no disrespect to Hughie Fury because he's a good fighter, but you've got to put Joshua levels above, and they had a very close fight, Parker and Fury. So I'm going to lean towards the consensus that says Anthony Joshua walks through. Just thanks for the continued support, and Saturday night we're going to make history together.
I hope you do, Frank. Thanks for talking to us. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.